Hey everyone, Michelle Lim here. Thank you for joining me today. Um, Today I wanted to talk about how you keep organized as a comedian, and this is stemmed from one of my favorite subscribers, AJ Cappuccino, who's asking me this question. Before I get into that, I wanted to give a shout out to my new subscribers. So big shout out to Bornazel, Chris, Mike, and Michael. Thank you so much for subscribing. Very happy to have you here with me. So AJ wants to know how I stay organized as a comedian because he found like these notes that he had written months ago and he was able to create some really good jokes out of that, which is awesome. And I feel like that happens a lot with me as well. So I guess the number one thing to start off with is to carry a notebook around. Well, not carry a notebook around, but make sure you write your joke ideas down somewhere. Like if you're thinking of something or if you say something funny, definitely write those ideas down, even if it's not a fully formed joke. Because as I said before, like a lot of the times my jokes aren't. There are the funny things that I say, which I then write down and put into a joke, or they're kind of observations that I have, which I have to write down and then I work on them later. So a lot of the stuff that I've written in my joke book is either, you know, joke ideas, um, or they're totally like written out jokes that I've written down word for word. But you definitely should write these joke ideas down. And I also have so I have this notebook, but I also have my phone, which I have a note section in my phone. And sometimes when I just think of something funny, then I'll write it down there. In terms of making sure that you don't forget what you've already written down, I mean, I guess I would like to say that I go over it every week and then I write all these new jokes, but I don't. I just write them down and then so usually, like if I've got a couple of jokes in mind, then I'll just have them in my memory. I don't usually go back and refer to my notes, but I guess it would be a good idea if you did that, or if even if you dedicated, a little bit of time every week to go over the notes that you'd written through the week, and then try to make jokes into them. But as I've said before, my process is very spontaneous. I don't really set aside time to write jokes, which I probably should do, but I don't. Um, I have a couple of jokes that I wrote down in my notebook that I wanted to share with you. The first one was a joke that I thought of when I was at work, and it goes, I was sitting at my desk waiting for someone to pay me $50 to start doing my job, and then I realized, oh wait, I'm not in sales. So that's a joke that I thought of when I was at work. I hope none of the sales team are watching this. I'm sure they work really hard. And so that was one joke. And the other joke that I had was just around, I guess you probably might not relate to this as much, but I wanted to do, oh, two jokes. I wanted to do one about, headscarves. I want to say, look, I have a real issue with headscarves. When other girls wear them, they look really cute, but when I wear them, I just look like the cleaning lady. And I kind of wanted to do that joke for two reasons. One, because it's true, I do look like a cleaning lady. And two, because I feel like if you use the word headscarves, people might be like, ooh, is she going to do some sort of, racist anti-Islamic thing, which is not cool, obviously, but it kind of makes it funny when you say the following line and they're like, oh, she's just talking about like, scarves that people wear. So I have this theme going on where I say something and then people will like tense up because I have another joke where I go like I have a real problem with San Francisco. I know this is not a popular opinion to say in San Francisco, but I really don't think I like dogs that much, And I was gonna follow that with something around like gay pride or something like that and talk about that a little bit and then follow with that joke. So then people would be like, oh, is she gonna say something homophobic? Obviously not cool with that. I follow it with the dog thing, which I'm working on as well. So I'm doing all these jokes around predictive people that are predicting things or people who are making assumptions. And then I have another joke which I'm working on, which talks about predictive text, because predictive text is where you basically your computer or your phone it recognizes your speech patterns so much that it starts predicting the text that you want to write, which I really don't like because it's annoying. And I'm like, no, Google, I have my own voice. I'm not a robot. I'm not going to say the same thing every time, and it's really annoying. So then I wanted to write an email, like a work email, just being really ridiculous and going off on all these different tangents, but using the lines that would be from predictive text. And then I would follow up with um, the only predictive text I do like is every time I write the word stupid, my ex-boyfriend's name comes up, which is true, and it just is just the best feeling every time. Such a great feeling. Anyway, so I hope that answered your question. I kind of went onto a little bit of a rant, but I thought that I hadn't shared any new joke ideas for a while, so I kind of wanted to do that as well. And also, I borrowed this book from the library. It's called Mastering Stand Up, and I thought I could read a chapter or two, and then I could share what the book says and also what my thoughts are. So I think this is going to be really good content for the next couple of videos. So very excited about that. Thanks so much for subscribing. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Mayor of Easy Street. Yes, I'll see you guys soon. Thank you. Bye.